So find out what my clients wanted, or more importantly, what they needed. One of the worst ideas I ever had was to actually ask them. Now, I know that sounds a bit crazy, so bear with me and I'll try and explain myself. So when I speak to my clients, as I do every now and again to find out what they need, I will ask them, and they invariably come back to me and say, well, maybe I need an 8-week fitness plan, or I need a workout program for the days that I don't see you, or I need a meal plan to help me stay on track, during the week. And best intentions, I know. But as soon as I create the PDF and it lands in their inbox, they're going to save it on their hard drive and it will never see the light of day again. It will never be opened. It'll never have any action taken on it whatsoever. And there's some reasons for that, which I'm going to go into now. One of the best ways I can explain all of this is by relaying a story one of my clients told me about a guy called Clayton Christensen. Now, Clayton Christensen was a marketeer and he was hired by McDonald's to help boost their sales of their milkshakes, and they were in steady free fall. And this is in America. And so previous marketeers had come on board and they'd looked at the product, and asked customers what they thought of the product. Was it sweet enough? Did they have enough flavors? Was it thick enough? Did they want extra added toppings? Relayed all the feedback to the big bosses at McDonald's, who, fair dues to them, they changed it all and they implemented those changes and nothing happened. In fact, the decline in sales continued. And so they brought this guy, Clayton Christensen, in, who took a different approach. And the significant different approach that he took was, basic concept was called job to be done. He looked at what job the milkshake performed for the people who were buying it. And it turns out that when you look at it this way, you look at the product in a very different way. So he looked at the milkshakes and found that people were buying them. Now, bear in mind, this is America. So between 6:30 and 8:30 in the morning, on their way to work, they want the product that would make their commute a little bit more enjoyable, that they would be able to, it would last them for the entirety of the journey, and it would help prevent them from getting hungry before lunch. They liked the convenience factor where it was in a cup and they could put it in their tub, and they could put it in their cup holder, and it wasn't messy and wasn't going to get the hands messy like some other breakfast products, and they could just drink it on the way to work, and it was thick enough that it would last, I don't know, 21 minutes or whatever it was in somebody's commute. And so that would last them from, all the way until they got to work. And so when they looked at the product through the lens of what job actually was being done by it, they were able to make the amendments and change the product in ways that made the customers happier, even though they didn't know that this is part of the experience they were having. It was just a different way to look at how the products performed and how they could get, how they could see things in a different way, rather than just asking straightforward, how can we make this product better to the customers? So in this business example, it was that the marketeers were asking the wrong questions. And similarly with me and my clients, I'm asking the wrong questions. So the clients think that they need these meal plans, they need the fitness plans or programs or whatever, but that's not truly what they need. There is an overarching outcome that they desire. These are just some of the tools that they think they need along the way. Why asking clients what they want fails? So I have sent my clients surveys before to find out how I can help them better, and invariably the answers I get, whilst they're genuine, don't actually give me information that I can use. And the reason for that is mainly because I ask the wrong questions. But what happens when I ask clients what they want, or don't frame it in a specific way, they'll come back and say, well, I need a plan or a fitness plan or a meal plan or what have you. And the reason that doesn't work for the clients is because there is no accountability, or there's no follow-up, there's no expectation that whatever plan they've requested is actually implemented, or the action or the work takes place. So in effect, what they've actually done is they've outsourced their problem to the program or to the coach, and they feel like they've done something without any real commitment. And so there's a danger in that, insofar as they source their problem and they believe that the responsibility is then with the coach or the program, not with their own actions or actually implementing anything that's within the program. So a better approach might be asking the client, what is the outcome that they want to achieve, and working backwards from that point, and then agreeing on a course of action to hit those the goals. The kind of the SMART goal framework was specific, measurable, achievable, something other, and timely. So something like that, where there's an expectation that you actually take some action and perform the work, and there's a time frame attached to it, is going to be much more beneficial in the long run. So real accountability equals real results, and it's never going to be as simple as one and done. It's about forming new habits, creating lasting lifestyle changes and behavior changes over the long term. That's what really gets results, and that involves taking action. And it's my job as a coach to guide my clients through this process, rather than providing a piece of paper or a PDF, a one and done approach where there is no expectation or no process in place to follow up and achieve the overall outcome at the end of the day. So one of my clients that I work with online, I provide the workouts on a weekly basis, and my client provides his feedback on how the workout went, each particular movement that he does. There's feedback, and so I can follow up and give my feedback to him on how he's performed it, or if he's mentioned that he's felt a certain way whilst he's doing a movement. There is specific feedback, and there is an accountability in place. There's an expectation that he performs the movements, and there's an outcome at the end of the day with regard to that. And this particular client that I'm talking about, who has this accountability in place, went from placing like quite low down in the CrossFit Games through to getting through to the quarterfinals last year. So this actually works. This is successful. This is the way to do it. It is very different from just getting a program and forgetting about it. So it's not about the plan, it's about the execution. It's about the accountability. It's about the mindset. So no plan is perfect, including the plans that I follow myself. No plan is going to be perfect, but it's how you approach it, how you overcome the obstacles. And I'm sure that you all know this already, but it's the implementation, taking massive action on the program that you actually have, is going to be much better than searching for the perfect program and hoping that some ideal plan, some nugget of wisdom that you're currently missing, is going to provide the secret that unlocks all of the outcomes without any of the efforts that you might have to put in place. So in summary, it's more than likely you do not need another program. You do not need another meal plan. You do not need an 8-week fitness plan. What you need is to think about the overall outcome that you want, and really figure out the obstacles that are in the way of preventing you from achieving your goals. And then find a coach that can help guide you through this, through the difficult times, overcoming the obstacles. And it's never going to be as simple as just getting the perfect plan that unlocks that one missing absolutely gold nugget of an idea that you've never thought about before yourself, that allows you to have all of the trappings and the desired outcome without having put any of the effort in, or having to think about the problems that you're going to face and overcome them one by one. So in your own fitness journey, are you thinking about your overall fitness goals? Are you thinking about that? Or are you thinking about just getting another quick fix and outsourcing your problems, or outsourcing your fitness problem at least, to a program or a coach, so that you can avoid having to make any real commitment or effort yourself? Because that's definitely something that might help in the short term, but overall is not going to get you where you want to be. And if you want any help or find this in any way useful or helpful, please subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, particularly if you are a guy over 40 or 50 years old. I understand many of the problems that you face because I have them myself, and I try to figure out solutions to help people just like you and me to overcome their fitness obstacles. Cheers guys, thanks for listening.